Okay, we'll start making the gravy. To make the gravy, we'll take about 5 to 6 tablespoons of oil. And to this oil, we'll add some of the same garam masala, like cinnamon stick, just a few of this, just to give it the same flavor. We already know that all of this went in when we did the grind or the dry roast, so we're just wanting to be sure that the basic gravy has also the same flavor. To this, what I'm going to do is add some onions and fennel seeds. So I'm going to add, let's say, 1 tablespoon of fennel seed to this. I've added a tablespoon of fennel seeds. I'm going to slice onions. It's good for this to have onions slightly in a ring fashion rather than in a long cut. So we're going to just cut across the horizontal side of an onion, which is to go like this. So we've cut the onions more like a round and a ring out here. To this hot oil, I'm going to add a few red chilies. I've just added 4. Just be sure that you understand. And these are not broken, so it's not going to leach much of the spice into the dish. I'm going to add some curry leaves. I've added curry leaves. And I'm going to add the onions to this. So we're going to fry this onion till it's about translucent, and at that time, once it's done and it's translucent, we'll add some turmeric powder and some Kashmiri red chili powder, and then add the paste that we are going to grind from the dry grind. I'm going to make that into a paste in the meanwhile, and we'll add that when we come back. The dry roast has gone into the blender. I'm taking a slightly large blender here. I'm going to add some warm water to it and grind this to a paste. I'm adding a cup of water. It will easily need a cup of water because everything is very dry in this. So we'll blend this while the onion is still getting cooked. I've blended the dry roast that I'd done with a little bit of water. Now that the onion is kind of cooked, you don't want this to turn absolutely brown. You just want to wait till it is translucent. Now is the time to add the blend to the wok. and fry this till it mixes up with the onions, and then we will add turmeric powder, Kashmiri mirch, and then we will add water and start boiling this. Okay, so this is nicely mixed up. I'm going to add turmeric and red chili powder, which is Kashmiri red chili. The Kashmiri red chili is really not going to drive any spice because it is only going to drive color, but the yellow with this green brown gravy that you have along with the red is going to give a really fantastic color to this dish. I've added a spoon of turmeric powder and about 1.5 to 2 spoons or tablespoons of Kashmiri mirch. I'm going to mix this and going to reduce this heat down because it's beginning to burn the base. I'm going to mix this and pour some water into this and cook this for a good 15-20 minutes till the rawness of the dish goes away. And the moment I add the water to this, you will notice how this color is beginning now to change automatically the moment I put the turmeric powder and the red chili powder. That's the kind of color we want also for this dish. So I'm done with adding much of this. I'm going to salt this. I've added salt to the vada when I fried it, so I'm just going to add salt just enough for this part of the gravy, and we'll taste the salt later and see whether we need a little bit more. I've added a good 1 liter of water to boil this, and we're going to boil this for a good 15 minutes so that it really loses the raw smell of many of the ingredients and begins to have a cooked smell. And you can see how the color has changed with the addition of the turmeric and the Kashmiri mirch. We'll wait till it boils, and about 15 minutes later we're going to add the vada that we had fried and kept. So this has nicely boiled over for a good 15 minutes. Just make sure that it has enough water. The reason is whatever we fried out here, it is chickpea, and it's going to suck up a lot of water and basically make this dish almost as close as if there was never water in it. So once it's done for about a good 15-20 minutes, you kind of know that it's well cooked, this gravy. Nothing is raw in this, and it's time for us to add the vada to it. So I'm going to add all of the vada. There we go. There is a reason why that vada should be a little bit half cooked or 3/4 cooked, because if it's fully cooked, it's not going to absorb any of this gravy, and then the vada is going to kind of stand out and not absorb any of the taste. So the vada or the vadi is gone in. We're going to boil this for just about a minute and garnish it with some coriander leaves and curry leaves. I've garnished some curry leaves. I'm going to garnish some coriander leaves as well. There we are. Vada curry. And in a minute or two, this will thicken itself because of the vada absorbing much of the water. If that does happen, all that you need to do is add some water before you serve. Heat it up with a little bit of water. Otherwise, this is now good to be had with almost anything that you can think of. It could be idli, dosa, paratha, whatever. So that is vada curry.